Hey y'all, Barley here. And tonight on Friday Night Flights, I'm flying the Black Square King Air from Wichita to Panama City, Florida. I'm going to discuss some massive changes I've made at the airline. Everything from training to redoing routes to a huge restructuring as far as facilities. We're going to get through all that. We're also going to discuss some news, both simulator news and real aviation news for those of you who, like I, also enjoy regular aviation, like normal real life, like real world stuff. So, before we get to all of that, we need to get this thing off the ground. So let's go over to our prep screen. This is our route. It goes through a whole mess of bad weather. There is moderate icing. It goes up to 25,000 feet, which is okay, because I believe if I check our flight planning that we are cruising at 27. Yes, so we should be above most of the icing until we have to descend. We'll take care of that. We have our 3 passengers on board. I have it maxed out. As far it only the sim brief said 3448. But as we look into OnAir, I max loaded it. That way we have contingency fuel for miles. There was no reason not to just put everything on board. Time-wise, I'm just knock it back an hour. I want to take off in the evening, not at night, and then I want to land at night. And hopefully not at night. Well, actually, who knows? But it's looking like we're probably going to land either in IMC or darn close to it, so that ought to make things interesting. We're going to go ahead and tell that to fly now. Plane's already loaded. Flight plan is already loaded in the sim. Now we need to start tracking so that the day and time changes. I don't need to worry about weight and balance. We're only keeping we got our whole payload is 3 people. Not a big deal. They're right there, those guys. So we'll start tracking. There we go. So now we're to evening. Long shadows evening. And to get it started, we probably need to get in it. So let's get to it. All right. Oh, they're talking already. Okay. Chart-wise, here we go. It's the airport diagram. We're all set there. So let's walk through our pre-flights and kind of get this thing moving. I'm a bit in, a hurry to get started. 2 crashed desktops. Apparently, there was an update to FSLTL, and I usually help them test their beta versions. And this one is the experimental version is broken. 2 CTDs. And I spent too much time messing with that. So anyway, everything over here is off. Auto or main. Everything here. Parking brake is on. Everything else is off. Gear handle is down. Trim is set to. Will be set to takeoff. Throttles are back. RPMs to props to high. Fuel condition. Back. Flaps are up. Confirmed. Aileron and rudder trim is neutral. Oxygen is on. Rudder boost electric trim is on. Bleed air is set to enviro. All right, oxygen is full. That gets us ready for battery. Now we are going to be doing a yeah, the GPU's in the way, so ground power unit. Where are we? Okay, we'll have to see which one we're going to get. We'll have to talk to Addis, but we will be pushing back. That is for sure. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. From there, we can do the B's, which is battery and bacon. All right. That means master power, so we can get to our radios. Make sure that the radar is off. This should be off. Anything else that's not in the right place? Okay. All right, flight plan. Chelly, defund, Casper, that's correct. There. Set that up just because it's there. I don't know what else we will be at. We don't have a clearance yet. Now, Addis is 125.15. 2515. We will transfer that.
Wichita Airport information, Charlie 0000 Zulu. Wind 137 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15. Dew point 10.
Might be taking off
0.21.
14.
ILS runway 19 left and ILS runway 19 right in use.
She says 19.
And departing runway 19 left and runway 19 right.
Okay, so 19.
VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial
I'm
contact.
gonna set my heading bug to 196. There we go. We have our information.
Wichita Airport information Delta 0000 Zulu.
Yes, thank you. We got it. All right, so heading bugged for that. All right, let's go ahead and let him get clearance. Clearance.
Wichita clearance delivery Barley 01 ready to copy IFR clearance to Kilo Echo Charlie Papa.
Barley 01 is cleared to Kilo Echo Charlie Papa Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 19 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 134.8 squawk 570
Barley 01 cleared to Kilo Echo Charlie Papa Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 19 right climb and maintain 9,000 feet.
Okay, so 19's right behind us. That's good.
Squawk 570 tree.
3020 on the altimeter.
01 read back correct. Contact
Good.
ground on 121.9er. Good day.
121.9. Okay, 21.9. All right, everything there. Okay, I think we're ready for an engine start. How about you? You guys think we're ready for an engine? Oh no, we need to push back first, right? We have our clearance. Request pushback.
Wichita ground Barley 01 requesting pushback.
And considering
Barley 01 pushback request accepted.
we want to go push back to the right, I believe. We'll see.
Wichita ground Barley 01 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Barley 01, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Alright, GPS is all set up. Heading mode. Yes. Change that to 140. Set up as many things as we can while we're being pushed around. Autopilot is set. Fire indicators all work. Another checklist item gone. Yeah, glad you guys could make this flight with me. This is gonna be an interesting one through some weather-ish stuff. And I have so many interesting things to discuss with you. I hope you stick around. Once we get to cruise, and maybe on the climb, depends on if the climb is adventurous, if it has things to pay attention to or not. Make sure he's not backing us into anything. That's good.
You got it. I want you.
She wants you on her team. Alright, are you... I think from here we could probably handle it. Right, I think we could. So let's cancel pushback, get him out of our way.
Ground Barley 01
Now he's going to pass by our right engine, which we have to start first, so we're
Barley
going
01 request to end pushback.
to have to chill out for a minute. Beep beep blah beep blah blah blah. BS 350. We're start. Set off breakers, yes. Ties, norm, trim, center, yes. Did all that. That trims. Cabin pressure, rudder trim, and fire off. We did all of those things. We are ready for start. Just make sure he's clear of the engine. He is. So let's go ahead and do our. Let's just do it. No, that's wrong.
Clear prop.
What he said. We can get that out of our face.
I want to be on your team. You got it. I want you on
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
ITT's coming down, oil pressure's coming up. Starter is off. Stable above 60. Idle on 2. Start the generator. Generator showing load. Good. Right. Starting one.
Wichita ground, Barley 01 with Delta ready to taxi IFR.
He's in a hurry inning.
Barley 0.
Alright, ITT's coming down, oil pressure's coming up.
Via taxiway. Contact tower
Focus on the
111.2
start.
when ready.
Alright, starter is off.
Taxiing hold short runway 19er right via taxiway Barley 01.
Alright, both gens are showing a load. That. Now, where's the pedestal one? That one, and that one, and that one. Hey, everybody sit down and be quiet. Put your seatbelts on. You don't have to be quiet, but sit down and put your seatbelts on. This isn't first grade. Right, battery's still charging, so we'll leave that on high. Check our fuel quantities. We have roughly 2,600 plus 1,000. That's everything we expected to have. It is even and kosher. All right, systems, inverters, bleed air, environmentals, cabin master. There we go. Systems, vacuum, pneumatics, oxygen are all good. Alright, radar can go to standby because we will probably need it. Sure, it's okay. And how are we doing on battery? Is it charged yet? Not yet. Okay.
You got it.
We're gonna go ahead and turn our nav lights on. It's getting dark. I think that's everything. I think we're ready to get out of here. Taxi instructions. We're to taxi and hold short of 19R via taxiway. Whichever taxiway we want, I suppose. And towers on 18.2 according to what I wrote down. I think we're good. So we are going to... Parking brake is off. Alright, one last check. Autopilot set. GPS is set. Systems are good. Well, secondary GPS could be better. There. You happy now? Circuit breakers are in. Both sides. Alright. Nothing to our left. Away we're going. And we just follow the yellow brick road. Or the yellow painted line, whichever. Hopefully I'm envisioning the chart correctly. I am. And we go down to Delta 1. And then cut across. Wow, she wants to move today. Oh, because I still have that on high. I'll bring that back down. So our run-up doesn't have funny things on it. Okay, and we'll move over to this run-up area here. Nobody coming. Not really a run-up area, but it will be for us. There we go. Just so we don't blow dirt and rocks into anybody else's aircraft. All right, parking brake is on. It is time to run up. Okay, auto feather enunciators are on. Pulling back number 1. And number 2 goes out. Restoring number 1. Number 2 goes back. Pulling number 2, sorry. Number 1 goes out, restoring number 2. And it comes back on. Auto feather test complete. Next will be prop governors. Whoa. Won't be that much. 18 would be fine. Somewhere in there. Okay, and this is not only to test to make sure that the prop governors are working, also to make sure that you get some nice, fresh, flowing oilness into the mechanism, so that should we need to feather on takeoff, something goes wrong, it will work promptly and appropriately. Okay, turn that off. Run up is complete. Parking brake is off. Let's go line up at the short line, the whole short line.
You got it.
Okay. This should be good enough.
Wichita Tower Barley 01 ready for IFR departure runway 19er right.
Forgot to set that top.
Barley
Arm.
01 altimeter 30.21 wind 137 at 6.
Adjust the altimeter.
Takeoff runway 19er right.
Right, that's lights.
Cleared for
Still
takeoff
conditioned to
runway
high.
19er
Flaps.
right, Barley 01.
We are set for takeoff. Nobody on approach. Nobody on the runway. That feels closer than normal, but I think my view is messed. It's only about there. Okay. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Alright, self-briefing myself. If we lose an engine and the gear is still down, we put it back on the runway and we deal with the repercussions later. The gear are up, then we go through our standard engine power loss check. Okay, lights are on, gear, flaps, all hunky-dory. 40% power. And engines look good, we're out of here. Roughly 40%. Whoa. A little skippy there. Rotate. Gear up.
Airborne time logged.
125, flaps up. Trimming. Oh. Trying to trim. There we go.
Barley 01 contact Wichita departure on 1 tree for decimal 8. Good day.
1 tree 4 decimal 8 for Barley.
Oh, trim for climb.
Wichita departure Barley 01 is passing 2,400 feet, climbing 9,000 feet.
Barley 01 Wichita departure altimeter 30.21. Continue to BURDN as planned.
Okay. Oh, turn to the left here and put us on course to get onto our navigation line, our magenta line on the GPS. The yaw damper on. Once I get it trimmed up, I'll hand it to the autopilot. He says as he's still trying. Right about there. Alright, autopilot. She's all yours. Lights off. We're on the prop sync. Alright, time for after takeoff checks. Power levers 90% less than 1, 9785, props full, prop sync. Landing lights off, yaw damper on. We did all those things. And
Barley 01 climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
17,000 feet. Barley 01. There we go. IS mode reactivated. Climb, she-devil, climb.
01 contact Kansas City Center on 127.8. Good day.
I'm gonna start adjusting some lights before it gets too dark in here.
127.8 Barley 01.
A little more on that one.
Kansas City Center Barley 01 is at 9,800 feet, climbing 17,000 feet.
Those should be all the way. These should be all the way.
30.19er. Continue to be URDN as planned.
Avionics.
Kansas City Center Southwest 1417 is passing flight level 365, climbing flight level 370.
I think that'll be okay. We'll find out later.
Kansas City Center, continue as
We are expecting icing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put all the easy stuff on. I won't put on the windshield anti-ice or prop or dual vents or any of that stuff
Skywest 5624
unless we see ice.
climbing flight level
But
350.
it doesn't really cost anything to put the
Continue as planned.
pitot and stall warning indicator heat on. A little bit of battery, a few amps. Nothing we can't swallow. I swear half the time when I do these recordings, I'm paranoid that I forgot to hit the record button, but
Skywest 5624 traffic is
if I did, you wouldn't be hearing this, and I just checked. I didn't forget.
Report them in sight. Southwest 141.
All right.
Is 2 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 350 Ember.
Once we get into cruise, I will make myself another adult beverage because, of course, this is Friday night flights, not during the week flights. So, while I'm enjoying a flight that has been
5624 have the traffic.
issued to me, tasked to me by OnAir, I will be enjoying a few adult beverages on my Friday evening. I hope you guys have had a great week. I don't know if you're on spring break or you're about to be on spring break or you were on spring break last week and this is a recovery week. Any of those things, but my daughter starts spring break next week. This weekend is all Easter. Today is Good Friday, so we had salmon for dinner. Salmon and rice pilaf. Very good stuff. It's salmon with my wife makes this amazing pesto that chef's kiss. Mwah. And then tomorrow my daughter is having her boyfriend over for while I burn some steaks on the grill. And Sunday will be typical Barley family activities for Easter Sunday, and then some yard work. Yay. Because it's been raining for 2 days straight.
Barley 01 climb.
All right.
Maintain flight level 270.
270 Barley 01, roger.
270 Barley 01.
IAS reput. And we're getting close here, so I'm going to go ahead and back this off to 160 for cruise climb. That's IAS, changing it from 140 to 160, so that we go more forward than we go up. And we're going to change our barometric pressure down to, whoa, standard pressure, because 18K. Flight level 180. Ooh, stuff. Here. 29.902. That's done. Let's do our checks for, where are we at? 10K as required. Transition, did that. 18K IAS 160. Next will be cruise. Checklists are your friend. Oh, all right. Motors are at full, so pulling props to maintain torque. And let's see, our burden is going to be our first fuel check, it looks like.
Envoy tree 418 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 370 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Southwest 1417 traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 360 Emperor. Report them in sight.
So as far as fuel, we loaded max fuel. I think it's 3605.
Envoy tree 418 has a Boeing 737 in sight.
Burden is going to be our next point. 3076 is what it says we should have. So we will go back to here. We got 26 plus whatever this says. We'll check that when we get closer to burden. Okay, we can start pulling props more. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and pull the props back to 15, and we climb however we climb. Looks like 15. Blast will mess with that. And that's burden. Yep. 26 plus 820. 3420. So we are ahead of the game. Go. First fuel check complete. Hopefully we have better luck now that I've changed over FSLTL to... Oh, but did I restart it? Yeah, I did. It's going. But yeah, that was annoying. Got started later tonight than I wanted to, but you know, technical difficulties. But I wanted an evening takeoff and a night landing. I'm gonna get that. Let's get the radar going since we have the possibility for icing. Nope. Just rainbows. We're all good. Okay, maybe not. And then this one, let's do this every time too. There we go. And the only thing I used was really the ground speed. Because I've run out of data fields over here because I like having the wind. I want to know how long it takes. We have till the destination. That helps me understand how many work orders or whatever I get done. And I need to know how quick, you know, how long till the next waypoint. and distance. I need that for descents, so that I can compute what when to start my descent. All right, so we've got all that done, and when I come back, because it is Friday night flights, and my adult beverage it has been found wanting, so I need another one. But when I come back, we are going to go through the complete restructuring of the airline that I've done, the new training program I put in for everybody, the what it means. And I've changed strategies a little bit. I'm going to go deep instead of wide with how I'm going to build the airline going forward. Then we're going to get into some aviation news, both simulator and real world. Some cool stuff there. And then we will do work orders, because you guys really like those. And they're so much easier now with this new way I'm running the airline. I had done another video on this earlier in the week, but after watching, and I put it together, and I honestly threw it together. I was trying to do some different, like a whole bunch of different things, and it was too much new stuff at once. It didn't go well. Audio levels were wrong. It didn't come across the way I wanted, so yeah, I deleted that. I actually put it up on YouTube. It was there for a couple of days, and I went and rewatched it, and I was like, yeah, this is terrible. So if I thought it was terrible, and you guys probably thought it was really, really, really terrible, so it's not there anymore. As YouTube says, deleted forever, supposedly. But it was on the internet, and they say once it's on the internet, it's there forever. But no, YouTube said it was deleted forever. All right, cruise is established. Do a quick system check, and then I'm going to go make a drink, and we'll get over to all that crap that I just said we were going to talk about. 3 greens there. Engines are hunky-dory. Fuel we just checked. Trons. Butamus. I think we're good. I'll be right back.
UPS 9er Tree 1 heavy contact, Kansas City Center on 128.8. Good day. .8 for UPS 9er Tree 1 heavy. SkyWest 5624 contact, Kansas City Center on 120.2. Good day. .2 SkyWest 5624. Barley 01 contact Kansas City Center on 128.8. Good day. Southwest 1417 contact Kansas City Center on 128.8. Good day.
Going to 128.8 Barley 01. Kansas City Center, Barley 01 flight level 270.
Barley 01 Kansas City Center, continue to Chile as planned. Kansas City Center Southwest 1417 is passing flight level tree 65, climbing flight level tree 70. Southwest 1417 Kansas City Center, continue as planned. UPS 9er, tree 1 heavy contact Kansas City Center on 1 tree 2.9er. Good day. Going to 1 tree 2.9er, UPS 9er, tree 1 heavy.
All right, so now on to that stuff that I said we were going to definitely talk about, right? Real quick systems check. Don't want anything to go wrong while we're discussing trivialities. Engines look good. 3 greens. All right, all happy. We will let the co-pilot resume flying. All right, so why don't, before we jump into the on-air stuff, let's jump into the new stuff. News? Not that. Need to find it first. Should be. Go. All right. Hopefully I don't forget to put you back on the main screen, but now for the news. First is the development roadmap. I'm not going to go into as much detail as a lot of other guys do. There's stuff I care about and stuff I don't. If you care about other stuff, there are some people who really dive into these things. But for the most part, this hasn't changed since the last time I looked at it, and that's a good thing because I am tracking this one item. That's all I care about. You know that since I started this airline 5 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks and a couple of days ago, that I had expected the ATR to come out in March. We would have been flying ATRs for 2 weeks now if it had come out when they originally said. Well, obviously not. So I'm mainly flying the King Air, which love the plane. Black Square has done a phenomenal job, and if you don't have the Black Square version, I don't know what you're doing. You know, sell a couch cushion. Whatever. One of your dog's toys. Find a way to get it. It's a great aircraft. But anyway, so I'm waiting for this, and it's still the same date. 2 weeks and 1, 2, 3, 4 days is how far that is away. I am looking so forward to learning to fly this. It uses a flight management computer, so the avionics are going to be different. It's not stuff that I'm used to. I have flown some of the jets in Flight Simulator, but not a whole lot. So I'll have to learn the systems and then how the aircraft works. And I'm looking forward to that. It's a plane that I'm really looking forward to learning. So anyway, other than that, World Update 13, I think it's the South Pacific. Not an area I really ever fly in. Maybe I will someday. So for me, this is that's, although it says TBD. So if this is something you're looking forward to, that's not promising. It says 425, but to be determined. Sorry. Other than that, there's some software development kit updates, SDK updates. That's for third-party developers, and it takes weeks for them to, or months in some cases, to implement any changes that came in the SDK. Whatever Asobo or Microsoft, excuse me, long day, decided to open up to them. It'll take them a little while to implement it. So that's everything from the simulator side. Now it's like real world stuff if you enjoy aviation in the real world like I do. So if you are an actual pilot and you use ForeFlight, who doesn't? Well, I know a lot of people that don't. They use some use iFlyGo and some other things. If you use ForeFlight, so it works on iStuff, Apple things. And Apple on Thursday released a new update, 16.4.1, and today ForeFlight announced that they're doing compatibility testing. So if I were you, or you or I, and you used ForeFlight on an iThing, then I would not upgrade my iThing that I use for ForeFlight until this compatibility testing is done, if you need it, you know, for flying. Because you don't know if, you know, certain features that you may rely on quit working, and then you won't have them, and you will be upset. So I would wait to update until you get the all clear. If you use Twitter, then just follow @ForeFlight like I do, and you will get these kinds of messages from them. You can, I imagine there'll be an in-app notification also if you're using ForeFlight Mobile, blah, blah, blah. But one way or another, I want to let you know, if you use ForeFlight, don't update your iThing until you get the all clear from ForeFlight. And as of the recording of this video, I have not seen that yet, because obviously that came out this afternoon, and I checked right before I started flying, and there was no all clear yet. Beyond that, if you, instead you are more an aviation consumer, meaning you fly a lot. I used to do a ton of flying for business, commercial flying for business. And what they're saying is that the airports are getting so congested, and it's causing delays and bigger problems for them, is they're now they're upgauging.
Kansas City Center,
so it doesn't mean, you know, when I first saw this on I saw this article when it first came out, I thought that it was kind of a reversal from what happened during the pandemic, where they shied away from like the A380s, and well, the 747, as you know, isn't being made anymore. Boeing has already pushed the last one out. I'm really tired. Pushed the last one out of the factory, so there's no more of those. But the A380 and, you know, jumbos were just not going to be a thing anymore. So I thought maybe, oh, is this a reversal, or is Boeing now going to either, you know, a new version of the 747 or something else? I don't know. But no, they're upgauging the small ones. So it's like if you live in, I don't know what else to call it, a smaller area that doesn't have a major airport, so you use a lot of regional transportation, either on something like an ATR or a CRJ, you know, the small commuter jets. Well, the airlines are saying they're going to be doing less of that. For some routes, they're going to move up from like CRJs to Airbus 320s and 737s. And other routes they're just getting rid of. So, yeah, you may want to read this article. It's on CNBC. It came out yesterday, I think. Yeah, yesterday. It's airlines answer for congested airports and rising costs, bigger planes. So if you rely on commuter-style airplanes to get from your airport to like a major airport or vice versa, you may want to give this a read, because they talk about some of the places where they're getting rid of the CRJs and smaller aircraft, and they're going up to bigger things, or just getting rid of them, say reducing regional, getting rid of them in total. So that's interesting news from the airlines. Speaking of ATRs, have I spoken about ATRs enough yet? No? Oh, good. So more ATRs. ATR, the company, says that currently they have a 160 aircraft backlog, and it could go as high as 300 this year with the orders they're expecting for the ATR 42s. China has now opened this, or whatever, decided that the ATR 42 is a good airplane, so they can buy them there, and they may buy like 140 of them. The ATR 42 and 72 production is off the charts. ATR is doing really well, and that's good news for people who like ATRs, which I do. I want to be flying this one like in 2 weeks and 4 days. Microsoft, Asobo, don't screw it up. No more delays. I want to fly this. Okay, I'm sure they understand now. And lastly, so I was just in Wichita. Of course, I was overseeing the restructuring. KICT is a major portion of our, well, it was a major portion, it still is, of our airline. And I was helping, well, I was overseeing, checking on, doing boss stuff to make sure that that was going well. But also, timing was right, because the Amelia Earhart Museum is set for a ribbon cutting ceremony on next Friday, 14th. So, you know, you want to get up there and take a look, because from Wichita to Kansas City, it's not a big deal to hop in a a Bonanza and, you know, fly to, I forget, I think the airport's K-59. Yeah, that's the Amelia Earhart Memorial Airport, K-59. Hop up there, drop in, take a look at the museum, you know, cool stuff. That's in Atchison, by the way, so if you want to drive instead, it's northwest of Kansas City. Check it out. Ribbon cutting is on the 14th. That looks like something fun to do if you are an aviation enthusiast type person.
Kansas City Center, Barley,
now
flight level 270.
To OnAir Stuff. But we are done with these things that we need to keep. Oh, did I just close the... No, I got that over here. All right. Make sure everything here is going okay. We're gonna switch back to checking out how things are going on with the airplane. And yeah, the next waypoint's like an hour and 41 away, so nothing to do there. Engines, left engine could come up a little bit. Both a little bit. Come on, give me my 80%. There we go. Our ground speed is 337 knots. All right, so we're making good speed. Let's check. That could be brighter, but I could, oh, that's too warm. No. No 80 degrees in the cockpit, please. Did I already release them to play with their bags?
Kansas City Center, Brickyard 432
not.
is passing flight level 225, descending flight level 220.
Be nice to the passengers. They pay you.
Brickyard 4328, Kansas City Center,
So that's all
continue
good.
as planned.
All right.
American 20
Everything else looks hunky-dory.
City Center on 132.
So on air news. So what did I do to the airline? Oh, that's a good question. You know, I was out in Grand Canyon doing some racing, and if you haven't seen the turbocharged Baron run through the Colorado Canyon run, go check it out. That was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. I was supposed to be racing all week. This was supposed to be my spring break vacation to go fly, but this restructuring became very important and had to be done immediately, if not sooner, so I had to take away from that. I've got the P-51D out there. I just need to spend some time with it because it's a tail dragger, which I've never flown before in real life or in a simulator. I have ridden in tail draggers, but I was not flying them. So I have there's some, especially for takeoff and landing, there's some thing, and taxiing and stuff like that. I have to learn some things that I don't know right now. So that's going to take me a bit, and I didn't have any time this week. But anyway, that interrupted that vacation so that I could get back and deal with this restructuring. So what did I do to the airline? Let's figure out what screen's going to show you what I did the best. I think we'll leave.
Kansas City Center, Southwest 1417 is passing flight level 365, climbing flight level 370. Barley 01, contact Memphis Center on 126.1. Good day. Southwest 1417, Kansas City Center, continue as planned.
All right, so here's my live operations map.
1 for Barley 01. Memphis Center, Barley 01, flight level 270.
Barley 01, Memphis Center, continue as planned.
And a quick overview. So I eliminated, I can turn on the FBO so you can see it. You'll notice KICT no longer has a workshop. Kev no longer has a workshop. KSAW no longer has a workshop. RDU no longer has a workshop.
Envoy treat 60,
So,
contact Fort Worth Center on 132.2. Good day.
yeah. And, you know, you look at all these airports that I used to have workshops at, and I've eliminated any duplicates. And instead of having like 1 or 2 mechanics at each one of these workshops, I consolidated them into some regional workshops. Well, somewhat regional. So KSWF is responsible for basically all of this RDU, KSAW, KSWF type of thing. I have another workshop down here. See the little wrench, and that takes care of MYNN, KNQX, and KMTH. I have one over here in Mexico City that takes care of this and this and this. So basically, instead of just being able to let an aircraft land at its terminus for the current trip and then get any work done there, well, when it's got like 8 or 9 hours left on its 100 hours, excuse me, then we ferry it to the nearest workshop and then let the so I didn't lay any mechanics off. No mechanics were harmed in the filming of this video. I moved them to these central points, so now there's like 4, 5, 6 mechanics there. I bring a plane in there, we ferry it in, and it's done in 4 hours. Even with a 100-hour plus ton, like a C-130 with a 100-hour inspection, like 4 hours, and it's back. So that's more efficient. We're also not paying the maintenance costs, maintenance fees, the weekly maintenance fees on all of these workshops. I also eliminated some offerings from the workshops. RDU was a full-blown workshop. If you had a plane or a helicopter, we could work on it. Jets, heavy jets, single, whatever, piston, turbine, it didn't matter. I had it all there. Well, in a month of having that, you know how many times somebody paid me to use those services? That's right, 0. So we got rid of that gigantic mess. Now, if you don't know, in OnAir, when you need to get rid of a workshop, you can't just delete it. No, you can't. No. You have to nuke it. The whole thing. The whole FBO. Yeah. So, I got to rebuild, nuke, and rebuild several FBOs so I could get rid of the workshops because they were assets that weren't performing. There was no reason to have them. To see what that really looks like now, we can go to the aircraft. Oh, no, aircraft screen. No, hello. You're not gonna let me do it from this screen, really? Okay, we'll go to the other screen then. Here, how about this one? Whichever screen you want me to do it from. There we go. Oh, it got dark outside. I should pull this over so you could actually read it, maybe. I'm realizing now that using the second screen isn't going to be... It's going to be at a different resolution, so that's really tiny, isn't it? Not fair. Okay. So we'll pull this over to the big screen. I wanted to be able to keep watching the aircraft while showing you this stuff, but I guess I'm going to have to do this all on one screen. Okay. So this should be better. And I will show you the live map again. I apologize for that. I just realized it when I was looking up at OBS, and we need to pull this to... There we go. Now is it readable? Is that better? See, if this was a live stream, you guys could have all been yelling at me in chat and going, "Hey, dude, I can't read that." Warley. Anyway, so how is the aircraft screen going to show this? This is no, it's the FBO screen is what I need to show. That's what I meant. There we go. If you remember from prior weeks, there was RDU, and it was every one of these colored dots was lit up. I mean, just totally lit up. And then there was probably every other, or maybe every third airport, we had an FBO. Or we had a workshop. Yeah, that crap's over. So we've got 3 now. One at Key West, one at Stewart, and one at Mexico City, and that's it. So what do those look like? I'll pull this over here instead of flashing y'all to another screen, which you can't see. So there you go. Let's turn off the aircraft. They're in the way right now. There we go. So our FBOs. So there's Key West, there's KSWF, and there's Mexico City. So if so we have planes that go back and forth between, we have C-130s that go between Marathon and KICT, but their home is Marathon. So they're right next to K and QX, Key West. So if they get back here and they've got like 8 or 9 hours left on their 100, Well, then I'll just ferry it over to KNQX and be done. We also have aircraft that go from KSWF to, it's actually, yeah, KSWF, KSAW, KBIS, KEV, KSWF. Well, they end here, so there's already a workshop. So they can get fixed there. We have other ones that go from MYNN to KDAB to KBHM to KSAT. Well, they live at MYNN in the Bahamas. Well, I'll ferry them over to KNQX to get fixed if they need it. Mexico City gives us all that. We have one flight that goes from here out to the Yucatan Peninsula and then goes to the Caymans, then comes back through here and then here. Well, it's already there. We've got a C-130 that goes from MTM to RDU and back. Well, good. It lives here, so if it needs anything, it can just be ferried over to there. Now, obviously, if these things somehow break down in the middle, we'll also have to pay whoever has something at those airports. But it is not worth having FBOs at every possible place that one of my planes might end up. It's just, you end up with expensive facilities that aren't providing any value. So that's the first major change we made. Modified routes. So the only real two route changes that I made. One is up here. So I had it going from KSAW to KSWF to KEV to KBIS and back, and it wasn't that efficient. So instead now I have it going, so that's why I moved the route start to KSWF. Now it's KSWF, KEV, KSAW, KBIS, and then back. And that works out a lot better. The other route change I made is, before it was Mexico City to Cancun, Cozumel, Mexico City, Cozumel, Cancun, this little triangle, just running it one way and then running it back the other way. Now what I'm doing is going Mexico City, Cancun, Cozumel, MWCR, and MWCR, Cozumel, Cancun, Mexico City. And then the last part of this route changes is, so the way I'm running these routes, which is that there's always a flex point, is what I'm calling them, where, so like MWCR, we go Mexico City, Cancun, Cozumel, MWCR, and then we turn around to the same place we just came from, right? That's my flex point, right? So it's like a U-turn. Well, MMCZ, Cozumel already does a round trip thing where it makes, the FBO query makes jobs that go to MWCR, and because I put return trips on everything, a job back. There's no need, if I do MWCR and make a job here, it'll just do two more. This one part of the route will have twice as many jobs as every place else. The waste. And that happens on all these routes. The flex point here is for this one is KSAT. The one for this one is KHRL. For KSWF, the flex point is KBIS. So what my plan is to use the flex points to create kind of a vertical way to get through my other routes, right? So it'll be like MWCR to KHRL to KBIS or something like that. I haven't fully worked it all out. Okay, massive training. And this may seem like overkill to some. Let me see which screen is gonna, this one, probably. I will go put the employees on.
Marley 01, contact Memphis Center on 128.475. Good day.
So RDU is now our training facility.
128.475 Barley.
So whenever I hire a new flight attendant or pilot, we send them here so that we can get them. Oh, and that's going to go to the other screen. To 5. 100%. Right? Pilots, you probably immediately get why, right? Punctuality means that they avoid delays, they get to where they're supposed to get on time, so you don't end up with planes having issues. Sorry. And then resistance under stress is so that if there's a little bit of bad weather, they don't freak out and say, no, we gotta divert, run away, type of thing. So it makes sense with pilots, right? And there's more to it than that, and I'll get to that in a second. The other reason you do this, so flight attendants is where at first I was like, well, you know, what is the point? Why do you do this with flight attendants? Because does this really, if I get them all the way to 5, which he's working on, passenger care and effectiveness. Well, when you go read the descriptions of these in the manual, it doesn't look like it really changes anything, right? But it does. It's for reputation. So both the way it works for your AI stuff, your AI pilots and flight attendants and whatever, is that when an AI completes a job, right? So it flies from point A to point B and drops off cargo or passengers or whatever. The reputation score is based on the average skill score of the crew, the whole crew. So if you're running around with a bunch of flight attendants at, you know, 25%, and your pilots that are 100%, well, you're averaging out to what, 60-ish percent? Well, then you're not getting that means that if your reputation is above 60, it's going down. So that's the way it works. So I'm trying to make sure my crews are at 100% because my current reputation is like 82%, and we're trying to get to 100. If I had like the last one that I had, her. So what is that? You said 25, 50, 75, 100. Yeah. So she's at 75%. Well, if I use her on a crew, she has the possibility of lowering the reputation of the airline, because when they land that thing, that load, if they're all at 75 and the airline's at 82, well, I'm not gonna get a gain. In fact, I'm gonna get a loss. So we're training everybody at our magnificent RDU training facility as we bring them on board, so that by the time they leave here and join a crew, they're at 100%. So we've decided to invest in our training. Massive training effort. Oh, last is deep versus wide. What the heck is Barley talking about? So before, we kind of we had organically grown. We were going everywhere, point to point stuff, you know, hey, just get as much, keep everybody flying, man, just have enough crew to keep those planes in the air and whatever. So we were very broad, we were everywhere. Instead, now what I want to do is, since we've when it compressed our workshops and our large FBOs into just a few places, I don't want to go buy a bunch of new FBOs and then start servicing those. That would be going wide. Get more FBOs, create more routes. That's wider. What I'm doing is I'm going deeper, which means with the routes I already have, create no new routes for a while, and just add more planes onto the existing routes. Hence, the giant hiring and training, you know, bonanza thing that's going on. Where's she at? Since I'm sitting here. She's not ready yet, so train. Okay, so she will continue training. There we go. Everybody's purple. The next, I've got a C-130 route that goes between Marathon and Wichita. And this is the one I'm trying to get filled up with a third crew so that we can have multiple C-130s running that route. Excuse me. So that's what I mean by deep versus wide. Instead of adding new routes, I'm just putting more planes into my existing routes because it uses existing infrastructure. The existing crew rooms, the existing tie downs, the existing fueling points, instead of building all new ones. Now, what does that really give me? Well, if you remember, I've been really struggling to get above about 1.3 on the return on assets, which tells me I'm not being very efficient, right? Let's go here and there. So it'll be a little lower than it was earlier because I've got some planes that need to be flying to make money. But yeah, we're at 1.6. So just bringing all those things, you know, consolidating our facilities and simplifying our operation I've managed to make it more efficient. Now, 1.6 was really close to being on the leaderboard before, but you got to see this. Apparently, everybody else has decided to be more efficient, because 1.6 was enough to get on the leaderboard before for return on assets. Not anymore. And in fact, look at the top spot. 27.
American 122.
Holy crap.
321 in sight.
That is some seriously efficient stuff going on with air tracks. In 10 and 5 and 4, like I said before, it's 1.6. You were in the bottom 3. When I had 2.2, if you remember, I was number 2 or 3 like the first week. But yeah, no, now you got to hit 2.2 to get on the, or plus to get on. Unless I don't think I'm not trying. That's why I did this whole restructuring. But no, it didn't happen. So that's why we did all this restructuring. And now it's going to be time for everybody's favorite game. Watch Barley do work orders, right? That's everybody's favorite game? It is, right? At least it seemed to be from the comments. Let me get some lighting done for night here. I don't need quite that much indirect.
Memphis Center, American 768 is passing flight level 211, climbing flight level 220.
We can at least see outside.
American 768 Memphis Center, continue as planned.
I think. Is that directs off? Trying to. Now we're getting at night. See, you can see better. I can see better, and that's all that really matters. All right, quick system check, and then it will be time to make another drink and then do work orders. So we're down to our last 300. Should still be 28. Fine on fuel. Engines look good. Trons look good. 3 greens.
Going to 127.825 Delta 1266. 126.85 for United 259er.
All right, that's all set up. So, gonna make a drink. I'll be right back, and then we'll do all the work orders you can eat, and you'll see how much easier it is using this. So the route, so going from point to point to this like dedicated routes, which is FBO queries, and I'll show you my queries. FBO queries is so much easier, especially with the C-130s. Oh my God, it's like 5 minutes and work order done. But that's when we return after these messages.
127.825 Abex Tree 143 Heavy. Alaska Tree 01 Memphis Center, continue as planned. Alaska Tree 01, contact Memphis Center on 126.85. Good day. Going to 126.85 American 1224. 126.85 for Alaska Tree 01. Memphis Center American 1607 is at flight level tree 85 climbing flight level tree 90. American 1607 Memphis Center, continue as planned.
Good to see the radar staying clear. Even after all the news and discussion about what's going on with the airline, we still got an hour plus, so an hour to do work orders. Didn't take anywhere near that long. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, this looks like... that's the main screen, all right. So this one, we do need this. Need this, and I need my spreadsheets up top to make sure that I know which one's doing what. $518.
Delta 1612, contact Memphis Center on 127.825.
Okay, so...
going to 127.825, Delta 1612.
do it by cargo capacity and descending. There we go. So, N164 is assigned to the MMTM route. There we go. Everybody's sleeping, so it doesn't really matter what I want to do, but when will they be awake? That's an hour and a half. And a lot longer. So in about an hour and a half, so I'm not going to mess with that one right now. This is the Marathon C-130 route. There we've got 2 flight attendants and 2 pilots ready to go. So here, we'll do a C-130 one. This is Marathon to KICT, right?
American
Hit the work order button right there. That moves it to here. We're going to create one. That's where we're flying from. 4373 in the King Air. Get our crew on board. And 1, 2. Yeah, this airport's it's 2 flight attendants away from having enough crew to do 2 C-130s full time. But they're in training because we don't want to screw up our reputation. So KMTH, KICT, we take whatever's there. We are only interested in KICT just in case something pops. And then, no. We need our job screen. Pop it. FBO queries. MTH. And this is just a back and forth route, right? It's just KMTH to KICT and back. It's a round trip. So there's not a whole lot at KMTH. So we've probably burned it up today. So we just switch to KICT and see if it's got anything left. And there it is. So now we want, the other thing I've done is I always order now by value. It doesn't tell what this really is, but it basically is the amount of money you're going to make per weight per nautical mile. So it's kind of the value of that package. So we're going to take this. This is all first class. Oh, we can't. We can't take it because the Blackbird Simulation hasn't put out their C-130J yet. So the first thing we can take, the best value we can take, is any of these. So we'll take that one. Okay, and then we can go back to our work order screen. Make sure that's flipped. I always forget how much slower it is doing it all on one screen than multiple screens. But we do our first business, then our eco, just make sure everybody fits. We still have room for more passengers or cargo. Either one would be fine. So we'll just take another one. 43 hours. That's 4 trips. So yeah, we can take that.
Charlie 01, contact Memphis Center on 135.3. Good day.
Refresh. Again, do first, business second, then eco. That's where we gotta. We can take 12. We'll take 12 of those. That fills us up on passengers. We've still got room for some cargo, so we can go back here and look down on the weight section. There we go. 21 hours. This one pays better. We'll take this one.
United 259er, contact Memphis Center on 135.875. Good day.
19.3 is the best we can do, so we'll take most of it.
135.875 for United 259er.
There we go. There, that's done. Now, go the other way.
Memphis Center Envoy 3508 is at flight level 285, climbing flight level 290. Envoy
and we'll tell them to go to sleep when they get there. And then we change our filter to our destination. And we just start at the top, really. We want all of the first class, all of the business class, and then all of that, and all of that. So all of our yellows are taken care of, and we still have 7,600 pounds left. And 10 passengers of which variety? All of the varieties. Let's do first business. Eco? No, not quite.
Frontier Flight 2301, contact Memphis Center on 126.
Take one.
Good day. Barley 01, contact
okay, so we filled ourselves up.
35.875. Good day.
Why 62? Oh, this is a misconfigured plane. C-130s are supposed to be 80 seats.
135.875.
Okay, so you get how you would fill this out, but I don't want to send this. This is misconfigured. This should be 80. We'll save it. I think I'm gonna have to delete it and do it again. But yeah, so I would just all that's left is to finish picking up whatever we can pick up to fill it, and should have gone to 80, and then hit activate. That's how fast work orders are with this approach to routing. Instead of using the point-to-point go find crap, using the logistics screen to search for everything known to man, this is just a lot faster and easier. But yeah, this plane is not configured up correctly. This is 6750.
Is passing flight level 265, climbing flight level 270.
Ah, don't know how that happened.
522 Memphis Center, continue as planned.
Okay.
United 501 traffic is 5 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 290 Boeing 737. Report them in sight. United 1531 traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 290
All right,
Boeing
so
737.
67. Oh,
Report them in
type
sight.
6750. Is it KMTH, which is not even. You know what? I might just pay somebody else instead of ferrying it both ways.
Have the traffic.
Because our workshop is at KNQX, and for
United 1531 have
that's
the
80.
traffic.
You see it, right? 80. 80 of 92.
American 905 traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles.
And I was wondering, I was like, how did this get misconfigured?
King Air.
That
Report
is
them in sight.
correct. But we go to that work order.
01 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 290 Airbus A321.
Go check this traffic.
Report them in sight.
Barley 01 have the traffic.
No, Copilot sees it. Should be above us.
American 905 traffic in sight.
Glad he saw it. I don't see it. Shouldn't be really hard at night to spot a frickin' Airbus, but glad, in other words, like I said, glad he saw it. Let's get back to what we were working on. Okay.
American 905 to contact Memphis Center on 135.3. Good day.
That's. And I've had this happen before where I change configurations on a plane, but I haven't messed with that plane as far as configurations in a while. Yeah, we have a lot of work orders I'm going to need to do tonight. But now I do need to figure this out because that's going to cost me money. So you go in here and it should say 80 seats, just like you just saw. And it does, and it says 62. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit on. Oh, I can't quit OnAir. Well, could I? And then come back, and it would know it was tracking.
United 1356 traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles. At
Guess we take the chance, right?
0 Boeing 767. Report them in sight.
Because it's not gonna see it.
318 heavy traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 350 Airbus.
Okay.
Report them in sight.
See, this is what happens if I know if it crashes, you can come back.
Memphis Center, United 259.
Well, we can just cause a crash.
Climbing flight level 370.
Task manager and say, see ya. Okay.
FedEx 1.
Because I just don't know what happens if I do it voluntarily. Does it screw me over? So now we go back in, and it should still know that there is a flight in progress. I can just resume it.
In sight.
Hey, we're all gonna see together, right? Isn't this fun? I mean, who just wants a normal, everyday flight where things go the way you expect and... Everybody sing, you know the words. Okay, are you done building the dashboard yet? Okay, connected. Okay, so now we have to go here. We'll take care of tracking first. So we get credit for this flight. Not the... Resume. See what happens. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm going to tell it to position aircraft in simulator. Let's go to simulator. And then we hit Y to get out of slew mode and then fix whatever happens. And then we go back here, it's all happy. Resume tracking. Okay, so tragedy averted. We're not losing track of our flight. Okay. We're about halfway there.
United 1531 contact Memphis Center on 135.3. Good day.
Okay. Well, that's all good. We need work orders. Let's go see if this is fixed now. This is the only way I've been able to fix it in the past, and I may have to delete this work order and remake it to make it work. No, so yeah, so delete. Hey, you get to see it made twice. Be happy. This was 67.50, right? Lucky. That one. All right, so expires KMTH, KICT. Idling 4373. This is all KICT, that's correct. So take the orange one, and then let's take all our first, all our business.
2222 is at flight level 265, climbing flight level 270.
And we can start with
American 2222 Memphis Center, continue as planned.
okay, so now weight is the issue, and that's fine. Because now we would have gone up to 80 without running out of passenger space. I hope I just didn't see that wrong and just waste like 5 minutes of your time, but I wonder if it said 62 here and I was just thinking, oh, it's the limit, and we're weight limited. Because we're not going to get, we can take that off because we want to yellows first, and then we're going to have to drop some ecos. So how many? 3? 4 maybe? 5? Okay, so we've got our crew, we got our fuel, there we go. Okay, so now we'll do the other side. Not too bad. It's not like having to redo a whole like route like the old way, you know, the point-to-point system. Let's just get business, eco. There. So all our yellows are gone. What can we add? 7,900. Let's take first business.
FedEx 1318 heavy descent and maintain flight level
Eco.
230.
Eco. So 18. There we go. Yeah, there's 80. Like I said, I hope I wasn't. I'm tired. A long day. I got up at 4 this morning. But we can tack on some weight, but only about 2,600 pounds. There's 1,700 of it, and I'm not going to go find more. It is what it is, right? There we go. So, with 866 pounds remaining, yeah. So we'll just activate that and get them going. And hopefully I haven't screwed something up. It will yell at me if I did. Okay, that one's done. So now back to the live map. No, 7362Q for N164. I'm looking at my spreadsheets trying to decide what to move next. Didn't we just... N164... That must be in maintenance, right? No, we don't have anything in maintenance. 164 is flying. That's it. Okay, well, we got crew there. Let's just... Another C-130, so we'll just do the same thing we just did. KMTH... Ow. That doesn't make sense. Why? We're not ready for 2 here. Yeah, let me go look at this. Since I put this new strategy together, I have to pay attention more closely. It is not... See, because I didn't... That was the one we just did, right? 6750. That was KMTH. 164 should be at MMTM, and that's what that's supposed to replace. So N7320 whatever. That one. We're not ready. Are we ready to do another one? 1, 2, 1, 2. We are. Okay. So it's gonna be exactly like the last one. Well, that'll be exciting, right? I need to move him. I think we've decided he's... This is all on the spreadsheet where I'm keeping track of things. Not doing anything particularly exciting other than reassigning an aircraft in a spreadsheet. Eventually, I will release my spreadsheets. I have a lot of cleanup to do before I make them public. It's one thing for me to use them, but to make them user-friendly to somebody who didn't build them, I have a lot of stuff where I want to make it to where you can do like step 1, step 2, step 3, and haha, done. And that's not where they're at right now. Right now, you have to kind of know where things are, and that's gonna be painful. Okay, so yeah, we are. So this is the one we're doing. I don't know how we have enough people to do this already, but it says we do. Because they're 80 passenger aircraft. 13, 18, 21, 31, 49. Yeah, 80 passenger aircraft. You need 2 flight attendants. 43. But this is going to be exactly like the one we just did. 4373. All right, and then we just start with exploration, then first, and business, and eco. Okay, whatever. Hey. We have room for more passengers and cargo, so we can go to... Oh, we don't have the job screen open. FBO queries. And I will show you at the when we get these work orders in, I will show you how what the FBO queries look like in case you've never seen that before. If you've seen it before, you'll get to skip that part. We want to order it so the best value stuff is at the top. This is the wrong place. We already looked at that. Yeah, it's KMTH. Did I lose a screen somehow? I did. Okay, so we'll pop that out. There. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now there's nothing left here. We can't fly that, so we need to go to KICT. And if we burn this up, then we're going to have to increase our number of queries with our next 2 points. So far, so good. So we said we could take passengers or cargo. This one has the best ranking. We can still take 18 more passengers and a lot more cargo, so let's see what we can find. Passengers pay better. There we go. That one's done. Force them to go to sleep when they get there. We only want MTH to avoid confusion. And then we're gonna move those so that we don't accidentally pick those up again. And then we're just gonna go through and starting here on our first, then our business and business. And then we'll take eco. All right. So now all we need is to, well, we're not going to put anything else on because it'll add it to this other one too, right? I mean, we could add to both. We're done with passengers, but we still have 26,000 in cargo here and 28 there, so 26. So we'll fill this one with cargo and that'll help fill the other one. Okay, so only cargo loads now. 20 hours. How much weight is that going to be per? 32. I don't think we can take that much. 26. We'd be pushing it to make a second run by then, so I'm not going to bother. We'll just take the most valuable one. But that's plenty of time to do anything in this aircraft. Okay, we'll take that. Refresh, take as much weight as we can, and move along smartly. Oh, this one. That can take. Oh no. What? There. Thank you. 26,700. There's that one. And here we can do 28.8. All done. Okay, let's check on the plane real quick. Hello. Engines. RPMs are a little low. Our torque is a little low. RPMs are steady because that's. What am I looking? RPM should be at 15. There we go. And then
Going to 1 tree, 2.5 Barley, 01.
oh great, ATC has stopped talking
Memphis
to us.
Center Barley, 01 flight level 270. Memphis Center Barley, 01 flight level 270.
That won't get my attention from the other screen at all. What is? Okay, so yeah, we aren't able to maintain 80% torque and keep it above 15. So it is what it is. But our ground speed is 324 knots. We're making good time. Systems. Beep beep beep. 1, 2, 3 greens. All good. 1,900 pounds of fuel. What are we burning? 700. We got 3 hours worth of fuel. We're going to be there in 50 minutes, so we're good. Night flying is always so peaceful. I don't know. Some people don't like flying at night. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, the only thing you got to worry about is when you get on approach is paying attention to your instruments. Visual approaches at night can get disorienting. You can really get screwed up. That thing's getting kind of... That seems close. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so we've done a couple of work orders. I do want to show you the FBO queries before we run out of time. With 50 minutes, I might run out of time to do much else, but I do want to show you those, so I don't feel like I've missed out something. So we'll go to the FBOs. And so we've been doing KMTH, KICT, so let's go look at those. So KMTH, manage. And I have all the queries you can get. Plus, I've added one extra job per query. So the way you do that is from the skill tree. You
Marley 01 have the traffic.
Okay, that's making me more nervous. I mean, yes, I saw the traffic like 10 minutes ago. Where'd it go? Well, now I don't. I had there. Okay. Okay, now it appears to be moving away. Had me worried. A little. I mean, not a lot worried, but kind of worried. There. I'll put that back there. Okay. So we spent... It's 1 point for every one of these. So you start out with however many. And then this adds more queries, so you can have 10.
1 tree, 2.75 barley, 01.
Enhanced queries adds 1 job per query. And then you can do the same thing, and I'm going to do this. I will do these next two, right?
Barley 01 traffic in sight.
So that, you know, you get more queries, you get more jobs, means you can fly more aircraft on the same route without having to add anything else. So that's how I did that. So then we go back. So each one of these is producing some number plus 1 jobs all the time. Now the different queries have different timelines. The first one is like every 3 days, I think. And it doesn't. Well, that just says in 30 hours, but you don't know how long it's been. I think this is every 3 days. This is every 2 days, and the rest of them are every day. Yeah. So in 5 minutes, we're gonna have all the jobs we could eat. That's why KMTH was so empty, is because it's about to renew all of those queries, right? So then after that, I selected FBO. So from KMTH, I only want these queries to go to one place, KICT. So select that. Then I want it to be, this is how much cargo I can carry on a C-130. This is how many passengers. I would like first class only if possible. But I'll take anybody. But I want first class first. And then add a return leg so that because this is set up to go to KICT, it's also going to create a mirror return leg from KICT to KMTH. Basically using this formula. And that's how they work. And you just set them up on... Every one of these are identical for me. There's no difference. So that's how I set up FBO queries. So you know, this is how I create my regular routes. Now, there are longer routes that I have that have 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. Well, they have 1, 2. If you don't count the beginning, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops total. But it's because it goes from origination, then it hits one place, the next place, then the pivot point, and it turns around and hits spot 3, then spot 2, and then back to where it started. And those, I only do the queries going forward because it creates a return trip, which means the other ones are taken care of. And we'll take a look, see how much time we have left, because I have to... We have 40 minutes. All right, so I am going to help my wife with something really quick. And then we will I might start one of those other work orders that's like, I gotta see if any of those routes are up. And you'll see those are the ATR routes. So you've seen the C-130 routes, which are basically back and forth like 1,200 miles long and carrying a crap ton of people or cargo. So I'll be right back. All right, husbandly deed is done. So maybe we'll attack. Let's see. Let's just make sure. 44, 210. Yeah, we got. I think we can at least start one of the other ATR work orders. Oh, the moon. Really? Look at that. Wow. That looks cool. Well, that might just end up being the thumbnail for the video. I don't know, maybe we should take some outside shots. Send out the drone. I don't know how much we're gonna be able to see, but there we go. So alright, enough of that garbage. I want to check the radar though. See clouds. Yeah, light precipitation, so we need to be paying attention for ice. 50 miles out. Let's go ahead and turn the ice lights on. Those I do not have programmed to anything, so you're in the way. Where are they? Beacon strobe, tail, flood, there. Lights, there it is. Just couldn't see the forest for the ice lights. There we go. Just so we can see if we need to take care of something. Because we're getting pretty close to that mess, aren't we? Alright, so we will play with this for a little bit, but not for very long. Okay, so we've messed with that. We need not the job screen. Let's see if there's an ATR ready to go. MYNN, no, there's nobody to fly it. KSWF, there is a 1, 2, Skidly Doo. He's ready to go. We have a crew. So that's KSWF. Hit that. So this is the ATR routes are that 7-part stuff I was talking about. So KSWF to Kev. And then we're going to do 221. And we need to put some people on it. There we go. That's a full crew. And these are 62 seats. And then we take whatever's here. Oh, what? Okay, so... Oh, that's... Okay, big cargo. How long do we have? Oh, plenty. So we can take 18.7. Sorry, EcoPacks, you're gonna have to wait. That's it. That's all we gotta do. Super easy, right? Next is Kev to KSWF. No, it's not. That would be returning. B to KSAW. There we go. That one. So KSAW. 182. Don't have to do anything. We've already picked up the crew. And you can see that here we could easily take more passengers and more of a load. So we go back to the other screen and we change this to KSAW. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, I should just sing the background music from now on for my videos. No, I shouldn't. Don't worry. So yes, we will take this because it's like 31 value. We won't be able to do all of it. We're not taking that because we'll never finish it in time, and that'll be a reputation hit. We will take that. And then we'll go see where that leaves us. We may need cargo to Kev to K-Saw.
Going to 125.9er, 75 Barley 0.
Oh, well, you know what? I picked those jobs up from K-Saw. It should have been from Kev.
1 flight level 270.
Shouldn't be asking to descend yet. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I picked those up from the wrong place. We may have to return those. We'll see. There. Now that's the right job place. But I'm not doing that in 6 hours. 33. Yeah, we'll take that one. Yeah, well, that's it for right now. See, that wasn't a big deal. We still have 5 more first place. Okay, yeah. Let's take another passenger one that's not that one. 42. Yo, that's enough time. Alright, we want our first business eco. Okay. How many? Its weight's going to be the issue. Minus 855, which is like 10. And this takes 62. So 35? That fixes the weight issue. Oh, that could have been one more. So we'll take you. There. 62 passengers. Okay, that's it. Now this next one, I already picked up those extra jobs from K-Saw. So we just need to tell it. We're going K-Saw to Cabus. And there they are. Before we start filling it up, we need to make sure we get fuel on board. 207. There we go. Business, first eco. Okay. Okay, well, take as many of those as we can. 55, we can take 7. There we go, full on packs. Could take 7 in cargo. This is K-Saw. Might be able to finish this one because they do go much quicker, but we need cargo. So let's start there. 15 hours, 44,000. That's 22 each trip. Nope. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make that one. We can make that one. 82 hours. 46 is 4 trips. We could probably make this one. And that one would still be there, so we'll do that. That's my thinking anyway. I may be doing it wrong. But that's the whole point of Friday night flights. Have a drink. Do it wrong. 35. No, can I take 7? 7 what? 7 flat. Hey, there we go. All set. Next. Is Cabus. Cabus, this is the turn point for this. So it's K-Saw to Cabus, then Cabus back to K-Saw. And 195. And then we need to Cabus to K-Saw. That is correct. Now we take our yellows first. And we can't take anything else. Okay, so 18.3. Okay. And then K-Saw to Kev. Change this. 26, that's 36. All of that. Now it's Kev to KSWF. And that's 219. Or crew force crew to rest. Or you can fork the crew. Whichever. And let's take our first is first. Any other firsties? And our businesses. Then our eco. Nope, that's the end of that. We'll take that one. And then we can take none more. We can't take all of that. So we'll take that. That's the end of the ticket. See how fast those go? Isn't that amazing? Now let's send it. And see what mistakes we made. Aircraft overloaded at 1. Okay. Why weren't you red when we were here? But okay. This should be KSWF to Kev. It is. Not sure what we did wrong, but we can undo it. 18.7. And that's good. Check the others. Did I screw something else up? No. Oh. No.
Going to 120.55 Barley 01.
Okay, so now we'll activate it.
Atlanta Center Barley 01 flight level 270.
There we go. And that's how quick you can do a work order with that FBO return routing system, where basically you go to a point and then go back. Because once you pick up the stuff on the way, you don't pick any more cargo up. You don't have to choose any more cargo on the way back. It's already selected for you. It's just very fast. It's very efficient. I like it. And by tomorrow, if I can get all these work orders done, I don't know. Let's check our aircraft because there are icing concerns, right? No ice on the windshield. No ice on the wings. Can't really tell with the props. I think even if I use my flashlight, oh, you can. Okay, so nothing on the nacelle. I can't really tell with the props per se. That looks shiny and smooth, not icy. But yeah, okay. I think we're good on the icing thing. All right, systems check, engines. As good as they're gonna get. Now we can't even get to 80% torque. Guess the air thinned out. Low pressure system of some type. But the engines are fine. Vacuum, pneumatics, oxygen is fine. Temperature inside is cool-ish. It's happiness. Fuel, we have 1900 plus nothing, I imagine. What? We still have... Holy crap. We still have 300 in the auxiliaries? Why are the... I would have expected the auxiliaries to be empty already. Okay. Need to keep an eye on that because I don't want to trap that fuel here. That's almost 400 pounds. Like 350. Okay, but it's 350 plus whatever I said before. 1900. Which is plenty to get where we need to go. Yeah, half an hour. We're fine. Fuel's good. Trons is the only thing left. Oh, good. We should probably brief. Since we've gotten most of our work orders done that I think we need. We need to, it is going to be IFR. Hello. Show me this. Thank you. 119, so 1997. We'll do this on COM 2. 1997. Oh, it won't go. Trying to put it into the nav side. 19. There we go. And this has been screwing things up lately. If I turn this on and it activates, then all of the comms go over to COM 2. It's weird. Okay, so that's set just in case, whenever that might happen. I don't know what the prevailing winds are. If I had to guess, there's a low coming from west to east, wind from the south. So I'm guessing 1.6 is probably where we're going to be. Let's see what kind of choices they have. Go. Which is what we'd want. So it'll be I'm thinking this will be it. So we'll prep this. We'll see what happens. 111, so 11:15. Let's put that in. For that, over here, do the same thing. Yeah, that takes care of those two. Let's look at this. 3,000 to start. We're coming in from the west, from the northwest. So the good news is no procedure turn. Or bad news if you like watching procedure turns. So, yeah, see here, no procedure turn. The 183 north. But yeah, we'll be coming in like this. So we'll just go straight to auto. Come down. So let's even load that, right? Back. Approach. ILS, thank you. So Lara from the north is probably going to be so yeah, that's I didn't show Lara. Where's Lara? Lara, oh, there it is. Yeah, it'll probably be Lara. So we'll go ahead and load that but not activate it. Thanks. Tiny little bit of precipitation, nothing serious. I think we'll be all right. That's exactly what you want to say to your passengers. I think we'll be all right.
Going to 118.55 Barley 01. Atlanta Center Barley 01 flight level 270.
That's fine. care about the gyro panel, but I don't need his instruments. That's really not that bright, is it? So that's all the way. You still can barely still see it, but it's there. Oh, I see. It's just inside. There's nothing. Okay. You have to play with stuff every once in a while. Because it's there. Alright, so back to briefing the approach after messing with all that crap. 1,000. Looks like we want to start our configuration at auto, be
Atlanta Center Barley 01 requesting vector to next.
Why are we doing that?
Continue to defund turning and following heading 125. Resume own navigation Barley 01.
Okay, well, not really. We're at 140, but sure. Thanks. I guess the co-pilot wasn't sure where he was. Like, hey, dude, magenta line. Just look. It's right there. It's a picture. And if you want to, hey, you know, pull up the chart and find a VOR to verify. But quit bothering the controllers. They're busy. We aren't lost. I know I've been pretty fond of my approach so far, where at the final approach fix, I'm fully configured. I've seen a lot of people who start configuring here. It just gives you a lot of crap to do on glide slope. I mean, sure, you get there faster. I'm not sure what the other, but I'd like to know that my flaps are working like I expect them to. My gear is down earlier, not later. So the one point before the final approach fix, I'm usually starting to configure, and I have everything ready to go except for my last notch of flaps by the time I get here. So as soon as I hit the glide slope, slap down that last bit of flaps and ride it in. Then all I'm doing is adjusting vertical speed and airspeed. That's it. Staying on glide slope and staying on speed. Not, oh, it's time to put something else down. Oh, let me do another checklist. No. Not in my mind. I mean, I get if you're trying to keep your approach speed up, it's like a 10 knot difference. I don't know. Like I said, I've watched some other people that do things differently. I just don't see why you wouldn't want to be fully configured when you hit that X right there. Be fully configured. Especially, there's a lot. This is something we could maybe, if we ever, there's a discussion to be had, and I've had this discussion with others in real life, is about the constant descent approach for non-precision stuff. This is a precision approach. Well, if we get the ILS, it's a precision approach. But a non-precision approach is using constant descent. And like the Jeppesen charts all indicate where you should start it and what your descent rate, you know, your angle should be and all that. But I like that. I would rather just be fully configured at the beginning, not doing this step down and straight, step down and then you so like this kind of thing. Or I don't want to do this the whole way down, right? I'd rather say no. From this point, 3 degrees, got it. We're doing 120 knots. It's a little over 600 feet per second. That's all I gotta do. And then I check myself at 60 to say, am I at the altitude I'm supposed to be? I'm supposed to be at 660 feet at 60. I'd rather that. Now, with a precision approach,
Kilo Echo Charlie Papa Airport Information Uniform 02.
There we go.
Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
So no wind.
Sky conditions. Few clouds at 6,600 feet, 14,200 feet scattered.
We could go visual if we need to.
24. Dew point 10.
3009 for the...
30.09er.
Okay.
ILS runway 16 in use.
16 ILS. Barley got one right.
Our aircraft say direction of flight.
Points for Barley.
Aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have uniform.
Uniform. Yeah, so anyway, what I was talking about is this line right here. I should have been at 1... Well, I was, but the GPS did it. I didn't brief this properly. I didn't understand what was going on here. But you're supposed to, from Laura, take 183 until you are on the 163...
On 118.9 or 5 Barley.
162 radio.
Panama City Tower Barley 0115 miles north inbound ILS runway 16 approach. Cleared to land runway 16 Barley 0.
Cleared to land. We're not ready for that yet. I haven't gotten the... Okay. I don't see a runway. Do you see a runway? I don't see a runway. We're at, I hate that. Go away. Yeah, we're at auto. So now we should be heading 162. I still don't see a runway. Well, we're gonna do that. Okay. I need to get ready for whatever's coming next because something's wrong. Auto, we want to start configuration. Oh, but I can't see. Oh, now I see the runway. Okay. I see a runway, but feeling like ILS is 111.15, right? Yeah, that's in there. That's in there. Neither one is giving me glide slope, which we don't expect until we get to Livy. We should be dropping to 2,000 since we've been cleared to land. Now I see a glide slope. Gear down. Props full, mix full, lights are on. Let's... Shh. Alright, there's my last notch of flaps. We'll maintain 120 for right now. Or thereabouts. Alright. Laps are full. Gear is down 3 greens. We are landing. Runway's in sight. We are on glide slope almost. We will be shortly. These approaches aren't as smooth after Barley's been drinking. But hey, it's the mistakes that are fun to watch, right? Still going to be an awesome landing. Although I haven't got a wind call. They said, Addis said the winds were calm, so this should be an excellent landing. I haven't done a night landing in a bit, so who knows? Maybe you're in for a treat. 1,000 feet. Okay, we're going to start bringing it back to 110. Right. Autopilot, let's see, yaw damper's off. Autopilot is off. Okay. What the? Some air traffic control we got here. My God, talk about wake turbulence. What the? That would have, honestly, that would have gotten us killed. What the hell was that? Oh, Friday night flights are never without excitement, right? Never. Not ever, never, never.
Landing time.
There we go. Happy with that landing. I'm happy with it. Reversers are on. Ooh, a little hard on the nose wheel though. We wanted Papa. Yeah, I was a little hard on the nose wheel. Like a lot hard on the nose wheel. That's not what I wanted, thanks. That's not it. That slowed down really fast even without the reversers. Is that my nose wheel flopping around on the runway? That was kind of hard. That was hard. I shouldn't have hit... For some reason, I thought the nose wheel had already come down and it hadn't. It could be the bourbon. It could. It could be. See, you can't really... Is that... Slow down. Are you Papa? No, you're... they all say Alpha. Okay, the last one said Alpha, this is Alpha. Whatever, we'll take this one. This is the right one, it's at the terminal. Okay, other side of the hold line. Oh my God.
Panama City ground Barley 01, request taxi to the gate.
Landing lights are off.
Taxiing to Gate Tree via taxiway Alpha Barley 01.
Gate. Okay. Taxiway Alpha, which apparently everything is taxiway Alpha here. But we can look at it. See, it's supposed to be Papa. That's not what that sign said. Okay, so Alpha, and you show me where Alpha is. Anyone? Bueller? And where you think Gate 33 is? That was helpful. I'm gonna guess that all the gates are at the terminal, so we'll just go straight. Okay, nothing to my left or right. Everything's clear. Let's just get across. Engines to low idle. And somewhere over here is a gate 33. I wasn't expecting a gate. Parking. I normally stop before we get there. But where the hell is gate 33? The red lights? Is that, you think that's it? This is dark. There's something there. Oh, that's what I wanted. A guy with sticks. That'll help. Make sure I'm not about to run into anything. Yes, I know I'm supposed to turn in. I see you. Whoa, I'm seeing lots of things. What is this? Oh, you wanted me to come in diagonally, didn't you? Okay. You don't normally park at gates in a King Air, so... Get rid of this. Now, like, if you had better lighting here, I might have understood it, but I did it. We'll figure it out. At some point, you may want to say that's far enough. Okay, well, that's far enough. I mean, do you really? I'll let it go forward. If you want me to go, I'll go forward. Dude, you sure? I think that's probably, yeah, that's all you're getting. Parking brake is on. Yeah, they need overhead lights so you can see what's going on around here. Holy crap. Small airport, I get it. All right, so let's shut things down and get out of here. Leave the beacon on and nothing else. Oh my god, it gets really dark when I turn my own lights off. And start shutting the other things down. Pilot overhead to full, please, so I can see things. Pilot, there. Turn that off, that off. Turn those off. Hello. We can turn off the left engine. And guess I'm gonna have to use my flashlight. Left generator. Alright, bleed air. That goes up, that goes off. There. You can have dim off. Nothing over there. And blah blah blah. Blah blah. Blah. Okay, let's return this. The takeoff trim. And I think that's it. Right.
Engine off, time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
We're out of here. Well, thanks for another great weekend flight with Barley. If you are enjoying what I'm doing here, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps. It lets me know which videos you like and which ones you don't. Then I do more of the ones you like, and I do less of or none of the ones you don't. Have a great Easter weekend, and we'll catch up later. Barley, out.